Hey guys, welcome to the collective reading for the eclipse season in 2022 here. At the end of the year, we are going to have an eclipse on October 25th and I believe November 8th as well of 2022. So I wanted to pull some cards and see what kind of maybe the energy is coming up collectively. So again, we're just kind of getting general messages for the collective. So take what resonates, obviously leave the rest. As I'm recording this, it is the 16th, I think. Yeah, 16th, 17th and of October. And so obviously eclipse season has yet to start, but usually it's quite a interesting time. Eclipses happen when they're on like the north and south node energies for the collective. So right now the north node is in Taurus and the south node is in Scorpio. So yeah, we're gonna kind of see what is coming up. I've pre-shuffled the cards and I actually have all the bottoms flipped up here to kind of just see what I could kind of grab before we shuffle and kind of pull some more cards. So kind of the energy I was getting was like, it's almost like nothing was coming through, but it was giving me this feeling of like the fact that we don't know, like there's a sense of not knowing where things are going, maybe not even being able to see the change or even expect the change. I did have a couple cards of like mystery, like fallout, as well as yeah, just kind of this like not knowing of where things are kind of at. And I feel like there'll be big changes. We'll kind of see what cards come out here today, but I also feel like we're collectively trying to find ways to be more comfortable in our situations, our surroundings, our life. The card that came out, look at that, at the bottom of the deck for the tarot was the Ten of Pentacles. So this definitely, I feel like the Taurus and the Scorpio energy both definitely talk about resources. The North Node in Taurus talks about us building our resources. But I do feel like there's changes here that are coming in. This Death card indicating Scorpio energy. So there could definitely be changes that we're making when it comes to what it is or how we're bringing in more abundance or a sense of comfort. And it's like, how are we attracting these things, or what are we attracting? So I feel like some of like what it is that we're attracting could be changing, but also trying to find more comfort, more ease in the way that we make money, or how much money we have in our account, but also just the stability in our life in general. I do feel like we're waiting for this though. This is like something where, again, there's like a mystery element to this. Like we don't even maybe see what's coming in our own personal lives. Collectively, I mean, this can definitely be massive shifts, potentially economically, but also within relationships, what we value, what we don't value, what are things that we're holding on to that are not serving us, that are not providing a sense of growth in our life either. This Injustice card at the bottom of the deck on this deck, which is the new Deep, Dark, and Dangerous Oracle. It says injustice. So I feel like we have injustice, we have the divine matrix, and we have waiting here, which is giving me this energy of like things that are unjust. The universe is going to be creating changes around those things. It's the things that aren't working, the things that are, I want to say lower vibration, or just things that are, we've been holding on to that are not serving us. The divine, I feel, could be stepping in here, especially for those of us that are holding on to things that we need to let go of, and really kind of allowing us to break free of that. However, there's like this waiting energy of like, what's next? So I do feel like there's changes. The divine is definitely, I feel like for those of us who have made changes already. There could, not that there won't be anything unexpected, but there's kind of more of this waiting energy of like, what is next for us? Others of us who have maybe not let go of certain situations might find that we're maybe forced out of situations, or like all of a sudden there's like this big drastic change. Eclipses can bring big energy like that. And so there definitely could be this shock factor if we are not prepared or not paying attention or trying to maybe avoid situations, if that makes sense. So let's pull some cards here. I want to get the kind of general energy around eclipse season here with the Prism Oracle. What is the kind of general energy here collectively for eclipse season? What is this about? We have faith that has popped out. We have frustration at the bottom of the deck. So it's like if we've been trying to get things to work, it's like having faith that things are going to work out one way or another. Yeah, we have growth here. Having faith that things are going to grow. But there is stress here. Like, this is the anxiety card. I don't know if you can see it. It's pretty bright. Let me get one more here. One more for eclipse season. What's the general energy? Yeah, happiness. So this is having faith that things are going to be turning out in a positive manner. I feel like we are looking for this abundance. We have hunger here at the bottom of the deck. There's this sense, though, of like having faith in the future and what you're going to be able to grow, even if it doesn't look the way that you think it should look. I feel like there's a big energy of us thinking things are going to look a certain way, whether that's in our personal lives or collectively. And that might not be the case. Like, we might be thinking something's going to turn out one way and it doesn't, but that doesn't mean that we're not going to be able to see growth and find happiness, right? It just means that the path looks a little different than we thought. Yeah, we have patience here. I did see this card when I was shuffling before. We have protection. So it's like having faith that things are going to work in our favor, that things are going to work out. Some of us may need to be more patient than others. The North Node in Taurus is like slow growth, right? Slow and steady wins the race type of energy, where it's like putting in the consistent work, the consistent effort. Yeah, resilience here. Not giving up on what it is that we want to achieve, which, you know, eventually you'll see that growth. You'll see this change that you're creating here if you just like stick to the plan and don't give up hope, don't give up faith on what it is that you're trying to change in your life. We have self-love here at the bottom of the deck. So making sure that we're looking after ourselves. We have magic. We have free spirit and we have breaking free. So, and then we have acceptance here. Yeah, there may be some things that we have to accept. Some of us have to accept that it's time to break free from people, places, things, whatever these things are. Break free and really step into our power. This is a time to believe in yourself, have faith and trust in yourself and what you can do on your own. Some of us, this is like, you know, starting your own business rather than being an employee, or starting your own business rather than working for someone else's business, or, you know, creating things on your own. Taurus energy is about creation here. Let's see, what else is coming through here for this eclipse energy that we need to know about collectively? I also feel this is like breaking free of like limitations as well. Feast of Plenty, choices and their consequences is coming out here, number 20. Yeah, the universe is your partner. So I do feel like there's this divine intervention for sure. I mean, eclipses, north and south nodes are very karmic, right? We have closing door completion. So the things that are meant to close and close up here will be, some of us, like I said, have already closed these doors. Others may be forced to close doors because they're not serving us. I do also feel as though, like, there's a sense of co-creation here with the universe is your partner, and this magic energy. It's giving me like a magician type of energy. And so there's this feeling of like, you're going to like reap what you sow. And I don't mean that in like a negative way. I mean, take it how it obviously resonates, but it's like with choices and their consequences, it's like you have a lot of choices, especially with it being Feast of Plenty. There's a lot of choices here, a lot of opportunities as well that probably want to come in, right? We may need to be patient for these things, and we need to kind of like persevere and keep moving forward and keep aspiring towards our goals. But also, if we don't take these actions, if we aren't doing the work, we're also going to reap the consequences of that as well, which is not always not always a fun experience to go through, right? When we're kind of not paying attention, I guess. Yeah, root girl, disowned self. So it's like, where are you maybe avoiding something? We have the power of community. Okay, some of you, this is like finding supportive people in your life. Being, making choices as well for yourself, in the sense that like making choices around what's good for you and not necessarily what's good for others. If the people are good in your life and you have a strong sense of community here, then they will appreciate the fact that you're choosing for yourself and doing things for yourself. We do also have beginner's mind and Wheel of Fortune behind that. So there are new opportunities that are to be had here, but you do have to make that choice of putting yourself first and maybe making tough decisions is what I'm getting. This could also just be like limitations within yourself, okay? Breaking free of those limitations in order to truly manifest what it is that you are trying to create in your life here. So we have number 5 with warning. What else is going on here? We have guardians. So this is like boundaries. The guardians energy is about boundaries and protection. Yeah, so pay attention and be aware of people or things that are taking you off course, or again, just like not aligned with your path here. We have beauty at the bottom of the deck with mermaid. We also have darkness that has come out here. So again, just kind of like avoiding, I'm getting like almost like toxic things. Yeah, we have boundary again, and we have loyalty. So some of you really need to stick to your boundaries, especially if there's maybe things coming in that are like tempting you. It's like, are you loyal to, again, what it is that you're trying to create? There may be certain things that are coming back up around whatever to kind of like tempt you, or are you serious about the changes that you're wanting to make here for yourself? Okay. Let me see. Yeah, there's 2 cards here. The Guardians and the Boundary card both talk about boundaries. I feel like it's asking you to be committed. So if you've set boundaries, or maybe some of us are setting boundaries in this moment or in, you know, this eclipse time, definitely stick to those. I feel like the warning here could be people are trying to cross boundaries. People are trying to, you know, try to get you to put down your boundaries, right? A little bit of like, almost like people testing us a little bit in that regard. The number 9 is standing out to me, as well as 3. Okay, 5. So just take those as they resonate. Let's see. what's going on in the tarot here? 5 of Swords. Yeah, people just like manipulative things, self-sabotaging behaviors, right? Maybe it's boundaries with ourselves of like, hey, I'm gonna not do this anymore. But then like having to stick to that, right? I mean, I know all about that in my life. It's easier said than done, obviously. We have the 5 of Swords, we have the Queen of Pentacles, we have the Sun, and we also have Judgment here at the bottom of the deck. So this is, again, making better decisions for ourselves, following the path of enlightenment and following this awakening. Like, there could be a big eye-opening experience here when looking at like things that are holding us back or hindering us. Four of Swords and the Queen of Cups. So strong feminine, but we do also have the masculine energy with the Sun and the Emperor. I feel like there's definitely feminine energy coming in here that needs to be healed. Again, resources are coming through with the Queen of Pentacles. I almost feel like for some of us is about getting our resources back on track, healing, and seeing things differently, or just having a fresh perspective. It's interesting, actually, the Sun card came out over this darkness card, which again is giving me this feeling like things that are in our way or that are not serving us are going to be shown very evidently. There's like a strong energy of, like, even if you don't want to make the change, you know what the change is that you should be making. It'll become very obvious, is kind of what I'm picking up. It'll become obvious what it is that we need to heal and that we need to step away from and that we may need to keep a boundary in, or, and it's like almost for our sense of peace. And this is also about being loyal to ourselves and our own hearts of, you know, doing, again, like what's right for us. There's like a strong sense of like personal growth here. The collective could kind of be going through this energy of like worried about the self, okay? Worried about where am I going? What do I need? Okay? Which, I mean, I personally think that that's a good thing. We need to first start with ourselves and then we can help other people. But there is this kind of like warning of like manipulative things, or just this ego, things coming from a place of just trying to get ahead. And that could definitely be a collective thing, and people are starting to now choose themselves, choose what's right for them, create boundaries. If people or situations are not helpful or don't have your best interest, it's like we're going to start going against that. So for example, like if you work for a company or a person and, you know, they just want you to do all the work, but they don't really want to pay you more, or they want to treat you like a good employee, or they don't want to give you good benefits, or like whatever it is, it's like you're going to be like, you know what, I'm going to go somewhere else, or I'm going to make a change here, and I'm not going to let myself be pulled down by this energy. I'm going to choose me first. I'm going to do what's right for me. And I do feel like there is going to be this like breaking free energy that is going to allow us to see growth. If we can detach from these situations and we can not let these situations bring us down, we can set good boundaries, there's going to be positive things that come in here once we can accept that these things that we're maybe currently involved in or currently a part of are not serving us any further. So if you can make the decision to break free, you can make the decision to create a boundary, set a boundary, do what's right for you, put yourself first, you're going to reap the rewards of that. Now I do feel, I want to kind of pull some cards on like what is coming of this. So with this growth, this happiness, it's like, but then there's this patience. It's like we're having to be patient for it. What is this about here? Why is this patience card coming up here? This could be because the growth takes time, so we're having to be patient while things grow. We have the Six of Cups. We have the Knight of Wands. Three of Pentacles. Two of Cups. Six of Wands. Yeah, so some of you, this is like, it's going to take time to build things. We have the Page of Swords. We might not have all of the answers, or, yeah, Page of Swords, Temperance. Like, we might not have all of the answers to get us to where we're trying to go. I do feel like there's a strong sense of people coming together in a positive way. So this could be creating new communities. This could be creating new businesses, new partnerships, new alliances, new romantic relationships. This would definitely be walking away from toxic relationships, right? Setting boundaries, no longer participating in that like instant gratification relationship kind of stuff, right? Especially more so if you're like looking for a change in your love life and you're dissatisfied with the types of relationships you've had. This is about, you know, letting go of the things that haven't been working in order to bring in the type of relationship and the type of partner that you're looking for. I do feel like there's a strong sense of being able to build and collaborate and cooperate together successfully here. And this could be with people who have similar passions, similar interests, similar goals, people who want the same things, people who have similar interests. So some of this growth and this happiness, these good things that you want to bring into your life we may have to wait for them because they come with other people. So there's like a building process to it. So this could be like meeting new people. You have to first build that relationship before you can build a business with them, before you can get into a relationship with them, before you can build a clientele, right? It takes time to build those things. And I feel like that's the being patient. So we might start to see growth in areas, but it won't be like the end result of what we truly want, if that makes sense. It'll be the beginning stages of that. Is there anything we need to be aware of? Okay, we have the King of Cups and the Seven of Wands. We have the Ace of Cups at the bottom here. What is this? What is this about? Ace of Swords. Chariot. What do we need to be aware of? Two of Wands and the Chariot. I feel like this is about like, it's time to get clear on where we want to go, what we want for our future. You don't have to have the whole picture. I feel like it's just enough, again, to be able to set those boundaries. Boundaries are coming up big here for some reason. And I just feel like it has to deal with like saying no, or like, I no longer accept this. This is not making me happy. I'm going to move in a direction that does make me happy. And I'm not going to stop until I see the growth that I want to have. And same with love. It's like, I'm not going to stop until I receive the type of love that I want or the relationship that I want. Yeah, King of Swords, Nine of Swords, Nine of Cups. Like definitely knowing what it is that you want. And there's stress around this of like, am I going to get what I want? But I feel like you know what you want, which is going to bring in that clarity. You know what will emotionally fulfill you, and it's having the logical or the mental clarity to say, this is where I'm going, this is where I'm headed, you're either with me or you're not type of energy. And definitely overcoming temptations to be able to go and move towards the new thing. Again, this strong sense of boundaries or like negative situations that are just bringing us down or trying to bring us down, right? It's about setting those boundaries so you don't get sucked into that like South Node Scorpio energy. So definitely having to make changes, yeah, in order to go towards the new thing, having to release the old or the things that just are not working and that are not serving us to bring in the new thing. If you want change into your life, or if you want new things in your life, different experiences, you are probably going to have to do things differently. Because you can definitely have this Taurus North Node energy of growth and expansion and beauty. Okay, you can definitely have that. Behind beauty is love. Okay, so you can definitely have, and behind that's compassion, you know, like we can have all of these things, these beautiful things in our life, but we do have to make the changes if what we're currently doing is not working. And I almost feel like that's the lesson, if you will, is that one, gain that confidence to make the change on your own, but two, there's this element of like, sometimes we're forced into changes because we're avoiding the change. And if change is happening and upheaval is happening, it's because there's something different and better that's supposed to be in your life, and you're not supposed to stay with where you're at, even if it's comfortable. So let's get some final messages from this deck. Let's get some final messages. Hopefully this kind of resonates with everyone, or at least parts of it. It's also about like aligning to higher frequencies, aligning to what it is that you want, what it is that you're trying to create here. Yeah, we have the crossing with initiation. New things are trying to come in. This is like clearing or paving the way for the new things. So during the eclipse season, it's like things are being cleared out to then be able to start fresh. So these new things might not fully develop until after eclipse season, but I feel like it's the purging, it's the releasing. And I did kind of get that energy in before when I was kind of sitting and shuffling and trying to tap into the energy here. Yeah, we have curiosity. We have to be curious about the new path. We have to be open to the new path. We have netcaster preparations come to fruition. And then we have balancing act here. So it's definitely, again, the change isn't going to be easy. I'm getting with that balancing act. It's like the change isn't going to be easy. But if we are open to the new path or the new door being open or going down that direction, as we prepare for these changes, or if we're open to these changes, we can see things come into fruition here. Give me one more on this fruition. Okay, we got a few. We have radical acceptance, so there's another acceptance card. We have adaptability. We have straddling between worlds, or wandering between realms, and we have right use of power with this preparations. So yeah, if you're willing to make the changes, if you're willing to adapt and do something different, you know, the right use of power card is about, are you using your power for good, or are you using your power negatively, you know, in a way that is manipulative, or are there people around you that are manipulative, right? So this is stepping into the right energy. If you have the right intention, these things will work out for you. But you do have to be willing to make, you have to be willing to make a change here. And if you don't know what this change is yet, or if you're not sure the direction that you're supposed to go in to make the change or whatever, I feel like this eclipse season will reveal that to you. But it's asking you to be curious, be open to different ways of doing things. It doesn't mean you have to completely revamp your whole path and your whole outlook on what it is that you want, but maybe there's a different way of going about things. So if some door closes on you, like let's say, I'm getting a coffee shop example for some reason. Let's say you want to open a coffee shop and you're like, I'm going to open a Starbucks. I really want to open a Starbucks. That is the one I'm going to open. I'm going to get qualified to be able to have, open that franchise, whatever, right? I don't even know if you can own a Starbucks, but let's just go with it. So the aspect of like, maybe that door gets shut down. Maybe you don't qualify, or maybe they're all corporate owned, so you can't own one. It might just mean that you're just not supposed to open a Starbucks. Doesn't mean you're not supposed to open a coffee shop, right? So the direction of where you're going or what your end result is or your end goal is doesn't necessarily change. It's just like how you get there. It's the path to get to where you're trying to go. Might just be a little shifted here. And it might be a big change, might be a small change, but you have to be open to change. You have to be willing to change, because that will set you out on the right foot. So set the right boundaries, put yourself first, love yourself first, step into your power, break free of limiting things, people, behaviors, whatever it is, and the new path will be revealed to you in time. And you will start to see growth and happiness on the other side of this. So if these changes are tough, have faith that these changes are serving your highest good. I feel like for some people, these changes are going to be wild and drastic, and for other people, they might not be as intense. But that doesn't mean that it's not any less work for either person. It's just a different experience. So you could be quite surprised. I was getting this like nobody really knowing what is going to happen type of energy. So I feel like we're all kind of in this space of like limbo, and it's about how you adapt. And the better we are at adapting and going with the flow and changing with the changes, and more accepting of the changes and the adaptations we need to have, I feel like the easier or the better we'll work through this energy on a personal level, if that makes sense. So it's all about being adaptable, which it's interesting. I was looking up the word adaptation earlier today, actually. So it's interesting that card came out. Adaptation means changing whatever needs to be changed in order to best suit your environment. And the more we can adapt, the easier things become, the more open to change we are, right? If we're not open to change, there's resistance. And I was looking at it with regards to the body, the physical body. And it's about the more our body is able to adapt to its environment, the more resilient we are, the better we are at maintaining alignment, homeostasis. And the less adaptive we are, and the harder it is for us to adapt, the more likely we are to have pain, be injured, stress, not sleep well, all these things, right? So be open to the change, be open to the adaptation, and just see where life takes you. Be curious in that. Because I feel like the universe is trying to show us a different way that might actually be a lot better and have a lot more growth and happiness along with it. So that is what I have for the collective energy. Hopefully that resonated. Hopefully you stayed this long. I'm not sure. I guess it was probably kind of long, and I kind of rambled a little bit, but this was kind of a bonus reading anyway. But yeah, so yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful eclipse season. I'll obviously be doing readings in between all of this, so we'll see kind of what the energy is like and if it changes, but be open to the change. So yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for watching, liking, subscribing, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.